TOURonno. We are currently in the heart of the village, going to give you a little show around the area, doing a little impromptu today, because I'm just like, you know what, why not? Let's see what happens. I have to try new things, I have to prepare different things, so impromptu seemed like a good way to go. For those who don't know, the village is the area of around Church and Wellesley, so well known for its mostly nightlife, but also a good variety of different things in the area. So we're gonna start here, head down, go around, come back around, and go for a little stroll. This here is the new area where Out on the Street will be. Lots of things to see in there, but... And then of course our vape store here, which is right across from another vape store over there. It's so much in demand that there's two spots on the same street. And to be fair, this is kind of where the village ends. But that's not where we end. We're gonna keep going. Go down and explore some areas that we've seen before. Oh, some good ones. Hopefully y'all are having a good afternoon out there. Getting to see an area of the city that's been pretty much totally transformed by sky rises and places to live. That was nice. And of course, the ever-present sound of sirens. I always like to show off this area because so many people are like, when you first come here, often people are really intimidated by the village. But the nice thing about it is that once you kind of check it out, it's like, oh, it's just like 2 blocks with like some nightclubs on it. That's kind of it. It's not really salacious or anything, so have a good walk today, my friend. Thank you, Eddie. Looking forward to it. Kind of ended up being like a bit of a spontaneous last minute thing. But I was gonna have one today, then didn't have one today. I was gonna have another one today, then didn't have one today. But I got it. Now I just get to have a little bit of a stroll around. Looks warm today. It is quite nice, I'm not gonna lie. It's a beautiful temperature. Everything's kind of mellow. It's good, it's good. So I got a little bit of a stacked week this week. We've got a walk tomorrow with Randy. We're gonna go explore some areas. Then on Wednesday, I have 2 walks. So I have 1 walk with Kyle, so Kyle Walker 6. And then I have a walk later on in the evening, and that's gonna be with Eurovision Sean, but well-known Eurovision content creator. So be a bit different, but I really want to get his perspective on things that are happening. And also where we go with that. Hey, Medano, good to see you, buddy. And then Thursday, I have someone. Who's on Thursday? Can't remember. Need to actually take another look at my schedule. But yeah, quite a few treats this week, which is always nice. Oh, Thursday I believe is Ken. So Ken Continuum. And then Friday I have someone else. And then Saturday I have Dottie Dangerfield. She's gonna talk about her experience doing Beef Curtains, which is her drag show repertoire that she hosts and is coming back after years and years away. So that'll be fun. And then Sunday, me and Hunter are gonna go to the island and explore. And yeah, so I've actually got like a bit of a full punch card today, which is nice. Hello, Sam. Good to see you, buddy. Hello, BB. How's the weather? It is gorgeous outside. So right now I would say the weather is probably about like +6 or 7. So not enough that you can like go out. I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt and a sweater and a jean jacket, and in the sun it is perfect. When you're not in the sun, a little cold. But apart from that, perfect. So I think we'll head on over to Queen's Park for a little bit. Check that out. And yeah. Oh. Of course, the route I'm planning on taking just happens to be the one with all the construction on it. That's nice. I'm glad for that. That guy literally just going through a red light. Brilliant. Because why not almost hit someone? That's fine. Hello, Sandy. Oh, that reminds me. There is someone who I have on the cards for soon. And I want to see if I can book her for next week. But, yeah. We're coming up to the Dr. Lily McGregor Park. It'll be the first time we've actually been through here since the snow's melted, which is nice. So I feel like today's walk is going to be like Village, Yonge Street, and adjacent areas. Won't be going too far, but checking out some neat things with an unconventional path. And you know, maybe the Whitney Building. I don't know. I'm not psychic. But probably. I do like to point out this building because I'm just like, what a wild structure. Just the sheer length to which we have to actually rotate our hands up in order just to see the top parts here. I've never read any of Lillian McGregor's works myself, or works. But I will say that her park is really well done. They did a good job. I love the structures that they did and like the sculptures. Very, very nice. It's quite the building. Well, funny enough, like a lot of these, the thing that's interesting about that one is that it's just such a smooth and like, there's something about the structure itself that feels very organic in terms of like its lack of hard angles, and you know, it's just kind of interesting. Let's see if I can get another view of it on this side. So I can't really tell the alternating patterns of the building on this side, but you get some handle on it. So I think what I'm going to do is head over to Queen's Park, do a little wrap around there, come back through College Park, check out some things there. Let me know if my British humor gets too much. Sam, it's always too much. But that's why we get along. Too much is great. Oh, look where we happen to end up. Isn't that crazy? What a coincidence. Is that a business and residential tower? I think it's just a residential tower. I don't know of any business that goes on in there, but I know that the bottom floor is like Sandbox VR, whatever that is. I've seen the advertisements there for like years and years, but never something I've got to experience myself. There used to be a VR cafe in Toronto, but that shut down, I think, in the pandemic. But like even with the 2020 well over, like nothing's ever really gone in there again. So hard to say. Hard to say what's going on there. So we're coming up to the Whitney building. Right now we are technically on the Whitney block, named after Whitney. But the Whitney building is absolutely probably my favorite building in the city. Every time I go by it, I learn more about it, which is really cool. And I go by it a lot, and I talk about it even more. So that's half the fun. But I will say, if I'm not mistaken, this building was where my grandmother used to live. And that was where my father ran into her outside, and my grandmother encouraged him to call my mother, and as such they became my parents. So the red hand on the pedestrian's light means stop, not Vogue. Well, I can't Vogue. The gimbal's too heavy. It doesn't let me. I just noticed that also the snow is almost gone. Yeah, it took no time at all. Like you just get 2 or 3 really nice days and it's just gone. And this is kind of like what most of our winters normally are or normally have been. So this year to have such a crazy blast of winter was so, like, it was aggressive. I mean, here's the other thing. Technically anything can mean Vogue if you hold the pose for long enough. There it is. Can't even really see the tower from here, but still present. Guess we can't go sledding today. I'm glad it's getting warmer. It was an aggressive winter. I am glad that it is not that anymore, but also, oh my God. These areas here are more parts of U of T. This is kind of where the campus begins, but like really doesn't end. It just keeps going and going. Let's see if we can take a little lap around the Queen's Park building. They've certainly got this. Well, that is an aggressive wind. Well, let's see how aggressive it is. Goodness gracious. I will say, it is actually not that windy here. That is just a very thin ribbon, I think. There we go. It really is just a beautiful building. Like the construction on it, certainly something that's been built to last forever. And hopefully does. I even just like a lot of the details that they have. Like even around the window, the little, I guess they're relief carvings, so I can never figure what they're, but just like the ornamentation that they used to do on like the public structures. It's just really wonderful. Really, really lovely. Hello, Mo. Good to see you today. It is a beautiful Monday day here. I am absolutely thrilled with it. The wind is very aggressive out my way too. Tree limbs and branches strewn in the backyard. Oh my. It's funny because like as soon as you walk past it, the wind's actually not that bad. Ontario Post 1. The precise geographic position of the geo post. Okay. Oh, so it's surveillance. Interesting that this might actually have been done. Oh, 1967. So this would have been after Newfoundland actually joined. But. Huh. So it's the survey monument. My snow is melting. What's this over here, actually? This maple tree, representation, the billionth, the seeding distant from. So we know this tree at least was planted in 1908. Beautiful. Spring is in the air. It's safe to say that spring is springing. Hasn't sprung yet, but it's on the way. But yeah, even just like the past, I was here probably about a week ago. Actually, no, less than a week today, because I took my tour for a walk here, and that was on Friday. And yeah, just within that time, this is much, much more open. Barely any snow around. And this kind of, like the grass has just instantly gone to green again, which is nice. I feel like this was needed in so many ways. Just a nice little view of TOURonno from here too. With a cannon, of course. Because why not? One cannon on either side of Queen's Park. Necessary to this very day. Just gonna do a quick glance down. If you look down, you can actually see the John A. Macdonald statue at the end of the road there. But yeah, it really just gives you this beautiful view from TOURonno for like all the different buildings that kind of intersect. Especially that one glass building. It's just, the way it refracts is just really, really lovely. And of course, we got Vicky over here. Oh no, this is Liz. This is Liz. I forget, Liz is on this side, Vicky's on the other one. It's nice that to have the Legislative Assembly here with the map, everything that's there. So all the different pieces of it, all the different parts of it. Although I do want to point out that everything here, except for the firefighter memorial over here, and Notre Place, which is our place in French, that's not great. But that's, you know, nothing can be done. But the Legislative Building is really nice. I think it's beautiful. How you doing, Liz? I can't boop her because she's too tall. That's fine. Hello, Alexander. Very nice to see you today. Let's go over to the more boopable statues. This over here, of course, is U of T. Then this over here continues the beauty of Queen's Park. Again, with the ornamentation, the columns around the windows. That guy's face in the random relief there. Platinum Jubilee Garden in celebration of a 70-year reign. I will say none of those will happen again in our lifetime, unfortunately. But the fact that this part over here doesn't have the Diamond Jubilee Rose Garden. That's 2012. That was one that wasn't not quite platinum. Oh. And then of course, the Golden Jubilee Rose Garden, opened by Her Royal Highness the Duke of York, June 2003. Boop. It's a relief, it counts. I will say, not looking too good right now, but that is because it is, well, today might be the first day of feels like spring and not like an odd preview of summer. Hello, Marcus. Lovely to see you. No, let's see. The Royal Tour of 1939 was the first visit to Canada by a reigning British monarch between May 15th and June 15th. King George VI and Elizabeth traveled by train across the country. That was the day. We booped the Queen. We did boop the Queen. And boops, I'll do it again. At the Legislative Building, which one is this? To commemorate struggles for responsible government in Upper Canada and the pioneers of political system, which unites in free association the nations of British Commonwealth, in memory of William Lyon Mackenzie, first Mayor of Toronto, 1834, member for York in the Legislature of Upper Canada, 1828 to 1836, for handmaid in the Legislative Assembly of Canada. So the moral of the story is William Lyon Mackenzie was jacked. I mean, come on. That's just facts at this point. So first Mayor of Toronto, 1834. Good to know. What do you call a lazy kangaroo? I don't know. What do you call a lazy kangaroo? Oh, there's Mackenzie there too. Wait a minute. He doesn't look at all like the jacked person behind him. But that's okay. William Lyon Mackenzie. 1795 to 1861. I'm still waiting to know what you call a lazy kangaroo. A pouch potato. Oh. Oh. Lieutenant Governor of Ontario. Private entrance. I should reach out to a lot of these places and be like, can I just come in? Like, is there anything you can show us? And like, I can share with the people? Also, if you are here today, thank you for joining us. We're going to come up to Queen's Park. And here's the thing about downtown Toronto. A lot of these places are just absolutely packed full of history, but you have to know where to look to appreciate it. How hyped am I about Felicia? I am super hyped. I love the song. I love the show. I love what she said. Very little I don't love about Felicia right now. The Discord invite isn't valid, but I'm on... Oh, interesting. I did just update the invite in the description. I think it might be popping up on Nightbot with an old link. So I should really fix that. Ugh. few steps forward, one step back with me, it seems. I'll get there one day. Theoretically. Or I won't. That's also an option. Let's see. This Quercus rubra red oak was planted in honor of Mr. John F. Clark. Oh no. Oh, that's just sad. Oh. What do you do when a tree that's planted in your memory dies? Do you replant the tree? Why is that the only tree that died? That just seems cruel. Someone really hated that guy. Someone hated him to the point where he came back. Just like, you know what? Screw this one particular tree in particular because it's a memory of him. Hello, looks like HXQ. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you, my friend. Looks like a wonderful day. I'm glad for winter is ending. The snow made for epic videos, but you know, I'm not gonna lie. This is something I'll take any day. This is just nice. This is just like, this is needed. I mean, look at today. You got the beautiness. You got everything cool. Got the beautiful park open for business. No one's cruising in it yet. You got the Whitney building. It's perfect. It's just perfect. One of the neighborhood kids told me a riddle a couple of days ago. Oh, what's the riddle, Sandy? So there's still some snow around, so it's not entirely gone yet. And the ground is, of course, very, very wet. Also, no one's like, they haven't sent the street sweepers out yet, so it's still not very, like, clean, but plenty of options. There you go. Oh, they're playing some music over there, but there's George. Always happy. The Whitney building looks beautiful. The Whitney building is beautiful. It is absolutely one of my favorites for a reason. Not just because the entire tower is completely empty, which I love to share the story of. So if anyone's not heard the story yet, I will say, first off, welcome to the channel. And secondly, and prepare to be inundated with too much information about the Whitney building, a building I have never actually been inside, but one day will. And when that day happens, I will be one happy little raccoon. It's beautiful outside, thank God. Thank goodness the snow has melted. It really is nice. This is actually just kind of like a perfect little day. By the way, if you, or someone you know, is coming to Toronto and you want an interesting experience, why not gift them a customized walking tour? That is my specialty. I love showing people around the city and what makes it special, and I'd love to have you folks come join us sometime. So if you or someone you know is coming to Toronto, why not gift them with a customized walking tour experience? You can find my links in the description below via VIATOR or TRIPADVISOR. In addition to that, if you are enjoying yourself, please consider liking. And also, if you feel so inclined, I do this every day, and I'd love to have you back again, so why not share or subscribe, and I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm coming back with Randy for one of our classic walks. We'll be starting that around 2 o'clock, and I'm excited to have you folks along for the ride. Oh, it's Brad. Hello, Brad. Good to see you today, my friend. Was the winter you had normal for cities further north? Was it unusual for Toronto? Definitely unusual for Toronto, less unusual for cities like North Bay, as Brad can attest to. This winter was especially bad for Toronto, so I can't even imagine how it was like in Ottawa or other places. But yeah, Northern Ontario normally gets hard, long winters, which is, you know, not ideal. It seemed very extreme. Yes. It was a very brutal winter, but thankfully it has mostly broken. So, Doors Open Toronto will happen soon. Have you decided what places to look in yet? I haven't. I hadn't even thought about that, to be fair. I have to talk to Randy. Me and Randy should scheme and come up which places we want to see. What? Sandy! Oh my gosh, thank you for that. That's an incredibly generous donation from you. Thank you so much. That's absolutely wonderful. That's gonna help me buy groceries. I'm gonna actually be able to buy like a grocery. That's wonderful. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You're such a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful help to the channel. And could not do this without you folks. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And thanks for always being here. It's absolutely lovely. We had an average winter here, except we experienced quite a few days of over -30. Well, I mean, that's better. Does Toronto ever have natural disasters like tornadoes or earthquakes? Just politicians, which arguably are the worst kind of natural disaster. Randy should say. Sandy, that's so generous. That's so generous. Thank you so much. You help keep me stepping, which I appreciate. Now I can get you out of my system. Hey, Vasily, good to see you, buddy. I can get you out of my system. Do, 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 do. God, it's such a good song. You can set the chat to hold risky comments for moderation, approval, or disapproval. Never stream my moderator does it. I'll have to look into that. Pleasure to help your channel. Sandy, you're so sweet. Thank you so much. A more in-depth look at parts of the Whitney building. Spaces I'll never be able to go into, but we'll try. There she is, the beautiful tower. The song is not leaving your system. It is correct. That is correct. It's such a good song. It is just so, it's so good. I have no qualifiers for it. It's just a really, really good song. Nice support sand. Support sand. The Bay Subway Ghost Station is cool. It'll be Randy picked. Oh, that would be a good one to go to. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. Is it too late for nuts? After Christopher, it's never too late for nuts. Just go nuts. I mean, I'm surprised I haven't just stood here and done this. Whitney Block is on the Doors Open Toronto list, I think. I mean, if it is, then I know what I have to do. I know what must be done. Months of preparation have led to this. When's your next trip down south? I will be leaving for Fringe in May. So that is when that whole world kicks into high gear. And then from there I have May in Orlando. And that's the last time I'm actually planning to go to Orlando this year, unless something happens later that I need to go back. But Orlando Fringe is in May. And then there's Ottawa Fringe, Montreal Fringe. And then there's Hamilton Fringe / Winnipeg Fringe. I have to figure out which one I'm going to. And then from there it is Calgary, Edmonton, and then Vancouver, Victoria. But I'm only doing stage managing for some of those shows, so. Add to the grocery fund you need UAT. I am getting too skinny, according to some people, but that's. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you so much. For those who don't know, being a YouTuber does not pay well. So it's great that I'm starting to build things up, and to everyone who is here always, you guys help more than you could possibly know. But yeah, that's truly above and beyond. And I just want you to know how exceptional it is and how much of a massive help it is for me and my family to be able to live. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it and just want you to know. So thank you. That's wonderful. I'm not crying, you're crying. Hello, Richard. Good to see you today. It's just a bunch of shots of the Whitney building today. But why not? It's underappreciated. It's nice. What does it do? I don't know. But it's nice. I want you to buy premium groceries. Guys, I don't even have to steal from Loblaws this week. This is great. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I would never steal from Loblaws. Wink. But, oh my gosh, thank you. I'm not asking. This is that you're being very nice today. Thank you very much. This is really nice and unexpected. Oh. Oh. I feel very touched today. Thank you so much, folks. That's really lovely. Really, really, really lovely. But you have to tell me the story of the Whitney Block. Ooh. Well, when the Whitney Block was built, so you see this building right up here. When that tower was originally built, it was originally built in the 1930s or 1920s. 1920s or 30s. It is dedicated to Whitney, who was a premier in Canada. And what happened was that when they built this, they originally built this with only one set of stairways in that tower up there. So that tower is entirely empty today because for legal and safety reasons, you can't go up there because simply if anything happens, you wouldn't be able to have a way out. So literally that entire 10 stories of this building are entirely left to nothing. That entire structure at the top is very empty. But it has these beautiful sculptures on it. There's the 4 female sculptures at the very top, which are about, I think, 5 to 10 feet tall. There's those gentleman structures, one for each section of the major Toronto employment areas that were. So it was like that one there is a doctor. I believe that is there's a doctor, there's the agriculture, there's police, there is military, I believe, so service. But yeah, that entire structure, as beautiful and vast as it is, the entire top of the tower, absolutely unable to be gone. I'd initially heard it originally that it was essentially abandoned, and so one of these days I do intend to hopefully have a completely legal wink experience where I can go to the tower of the Whitney building. But until that happens, I will have to wait and see. But yeah, that's the story of the Whitney building. It is a giant structure that is completely inoperable and people don't use it for its intended purpose. It's still a beautiful structure though, and like absolutely one that you can check out and see from the outside. But I like to use that as inspiration for my personal life, where I'm just like, you know what? As long as you look good, you can occupy space. Just look good. You don't have to be useful. I feel like we can all learn something from that. These advertising ads are beginning to be a pain in the butt. That's why I have YouTube Premium hit ads. There is a point though. I mean, I know people who have installed ad blockers because of them, but I know that's not good to do. But thank you very much for your help and appreciation today. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. It's so nice outside. It is so nice outside. This is a great day. I'm not gonna lie. Earlier today, me and a friend did go to the zoo, and I was gonna do a stream from the zoo, but unfortunately it didn't quite work out that way. But I will go back to the zoo at some point because I had so much fun, and it was absolutely lovely, and I cannot recommend it enough. Also, like, surprisingly affordable. It only cost like, when we took a lift there, it didn't even come out to like 20 bucks. It was great. Creators don't get paid from people's ad blockers, and that's the trade-off, right? Although I know that, well, I'm not going to talk about ad blockers on the channel because, you know, that is against YouTube policies, and I shouldn't be encouraging that. But YouTube has some aggressive ads right now. I will say that. Premium gives a cut to the people who watch, like, profit from ads. That's true. Well, it's the whole idea of like, make the free version of something so annoying that they feel like they have to upgrade to the premium one. I know that's a thing. I can't remember what it's called. Maybe that's enshittification. But yeah. Whitney Blocks and U of T had escape tunnels to the subway tunnel built in that still exist from a time we thought we could escape a nuclear holocaust. Oh. These are the firefighter memorial, which is nice. If Matti was a priest, he would be click, 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 click with his fingers in a cross shape while saying, Jesus Christ is amazing. Here's the thing I tell everybody. I'm just like, I think Jesus was a cool dude. I think that he was very respectable in many ways. I think that some of the people who follow him are a little crazy. But like, Jesus, the stories, fantastic. Nice walking. Thank you, Yerwoda. Good to see you. We're currently exploring some of the more interesting areas of the city, or at least some of my favorites, which is always nice. This area, for instance, here, this was actually the first hospital in Toronto. So that's why it's now the Mars Building. I don't know exactly what Mars Building research is, but I do know that they are there. Yeah. So for many, many years, this was the first and original hospital in Toronto. And I do believe that if you lived in Yorkville, you could have come here and sought treatment as well. Because ironically, I think that this would have been closer to Yorkville than much of Toronto was. And then, of course, we're coming up to another smaller red building here. And that would be what was the Children's Hospital. So main hospital here. And then about a block down there, Children's Hospital. So Toronto has had a long history of serving, well, you know, trying to make children live. Which, again, is encouraged. The irony is today, like, children's health has probably never been better than it is today. Just with the sense of everything from like easy access to vaccinations, education about nutrition, like not drinking and smoking during pregnancy, things like that. Like all of this does come together to form, this is probably potentially the healthiest generations coming up. And just, you know, the way society is trying to shoot itself in the foot, well, just like we could have like our kids be super healthy and not have to worry about things. And people are just like, well, maybe we just don't do that. Well, I guess that's also an option. It's fine. Hello, Mark. Good to see you today. Jesus is a fine role model, but could he be a fireman, ambulance worker, or policeman? I don't know. I couldn't do that. I know at least one Jesus who is any one of those things. Maybe not in Toronto, but it's... Love the firefighter memorial. Oh, thank you, Sandy. Really, really beautiful. It's actually quite a touching space. I actually didn't realize that they were still continually updating it for literally every firefighter, which I thought was a really beautiful sentiment. You know, we're gonna actually walk up through Women's College, because I feel like this is a good place to look at as well. Tomorrow I have no plans for half the day. Well, that's nice. I think me and Randy are getting together at 2. But I don't quite know what we're exploring yet, so we're gonna have to figure that out. What do I do? Well, if you're looking for free things you can do on a Tuesday, libraries are always having events. Actually, that's one thing we do not pay enough attention to is library events. Because a lot of speakers, always free to go to as well. Libraries do not get enough recognition for the sheer amount of things you can do at every single one of them. So it's nice. And this is, of course, Women's College. Back in the days of the pandemic, this was where I had to come to get tested. And they told me that I was negative. And then I went home and immediately lost my sense of taste. That was fun. God, that was a traumatic year. My daughter was born at Women's College Hospital. Oh, very nice. I mean, to be fair, it's a very impressive building. And a residential building behind it, but it actually kind of just goes with the architecture, not gonna lie. Getting a little ASMR action going with this, with the gravel here. Oh, Snemo. We love Snemo College. At 2 p.m. I will be at the RC show up in Mississauga for Chris Hadfield panel. But morning is still open. Oh, that would be so cool. Are you gonna stream that? I'd love to see that. Chris Hadfield is just such a cool guy too. Gosh, it's nice. Here's the thing about scientists. So few of them are problematic. Crazy to think about, is it? Well, that's not true. Probably some of them are, especially back in the day. Actually, I don't know if that's true. I'm getting a lot of them are probably problematic now that I think about it. But. Sounds cool. It sounds very cool. The safest place to be at the hospital is in the parking lot. Every time I visit someone in the hospital, it seems like I end up getting a cold. You're not wrong there. I don't know if a part of it is psychosomatic and that you go in and then suddenly you think about it. But like statistically, it is a more likely place to get infected because you are surrounded by infections. They can only clean so much as well, right? You know, there's at least one nurse or something who doesn't do their job. Not all nurses, obviously. But there's got to be at least one who picks their nose. Just saying, just saying. Can't risk the low connection in that center. I'll be recording videos tomorrow. Maybe I'll do a quick stream morning time. That sounds like fun. Just got to catch the morning up express into downtown. Oh. I hope you're up for it. Oh, ambulance coming. I will say, is Bay Street the most boring street in Toronto? Yes. Yes, it is. There's no end to that sentence. That's literally just what I feel about Bay Street. Actually, no. Richmond is also pretty terrible. And by that, I mean they can be structurally beautiful and interesting and visually intriguing. But like, some of the areas on Richmond, like even, they're just monotonous to walk by. It's just plain brown buildings the entire, maybe I'm being too hard on it. Maybe like Richmond and Adelaide are secretly brilliant. But Adelaide's got some little gems in there. Richmond, I'm pretty sure, doesn't. Stocked by the emergency departments. Oh. I like to say I'm actually well stocked. Tribunals, Ontario. Perhaps I can stream in the evening. I don't think anyone's streaming tomorrow evening. I know I'm going at 2. I think Randy wanted to do 2. I might have to adjust mine a little bit more, but I'm pretty sure me and Randy are doing 2. I don't know where we're going, but I'm gonna let him choose because I chose last time. So, Richmond Street has some of the most innovative and renovating buildings inside. I don't know if that worked or not, but we will find out. It's- We back. Was that just a black screen the entire time? Because I was literally talking, and then I was just like, gosh, I hope people can hear me or see me or do so. I was just like, am I a ghost? And then I realized I was probably a ghost. I was like, oh no, oh no. Well, that's okay, that's okay. As I was saying, Tim hated Horton's drink soon for me. Yes. Well, I'm sorry about that, folks. Don't quite know what happened there. I ended up getting... Someone tried to call me, and then my phone did the weird thing. And then when it went back, everything was black. It was loading for a while there. Oh, no. That's... Ugh. This is why telemarketers are the worst. Spinning circle of death. Was that spinning the entire time? Well, now I feel bad, because I was going to, like, log off. But I'm just like, well, now I feel bad, because everything was dead. I thought it was good. By the way, if you ever want to book a meeting with me, you will usually meet right in front of the Buddies in Bad Times Theater because it is distinctive, it is good, and finally, if you or someone you know is looking for a unique experience, why not gift them with a customized walking tour tailored to their interests? You can find my links in the description below for you VIATOR or TRIPADVISor. I'd love to have you along for some time, so feel free to join us at any point in time. We do this walk every day, and if you enjoy this, please do consider subscribing. If you do that, I do this every day, and I'd love to bring you along for the ride again. And finally, if you are enjoying yourself, why not like the stream? That encourages YouTube to recommend it to other people, and we greatly enjoy having you around. So we're gonna get back to a little walk, see where else we can go from there. Ooh. Whenever you stream, put your phone on D&D. Any phone call basically will kill your stream until it's done. Yeah, to be fair, normally that's what I do. It's just every now and then. Every now and then. I do remember this facility here. By the way, this building here, its nickname is Vaseline Towers. No, I will not explain why, but you know, just for awareness of the folks. If a call comes through, basically hang up immediately to resume stream. It sucks, but that's the way it is. That's pretty much it, where you're just like, here's the thing, I didn't even want to talk to them. It just connected me right through automatically, and I don't know why. And then it just kicked me. I was just like, as soon as I exited, it went back in. Like on my side, it looked like it was going, but then I was just like, I'm bleeding people right now. What's going on? By the way, everybody, thank you for being so supportive today. Like, it's incredibly touching, and I just really, really, really appreciate you. I want you to know that I am actually going to be opening up a fundraiser later this week. It'll probably be up by Thursday or Friday, and essentially I'm trying to raise money for my fringe shows and trying to get my tours down so I can make my down payment, so I can send them the money, so I can book the things. So I will have more information on that later. I don't want anyone to ever feel compelled to, but if you can share the information with people, that helps out so much. I just want you to know how much it is deeply, deeply appreciated. So thank you for being here, as always. And we're gonna do a little stream through the village because it is where I like to go. Defended Canada yesterday. Someone said to me that Canada isn't a country. Pissed me off, and I'm not even Canadian. Well, here's the thing. We all know where those people come from who say that. And I'm always just like, well, how about we rejected as space on your war, what is it, the Friendship War Club? I don't know. we can defend ourselves. I mean, here's the thing. We shouldn't have to. You know? We're in the age where I'm just like, why are we still fighting things? Like, what is this? What possible monetary gain, what possible gain of any kind will anyone have in this situation at this point? So, this is the village. If you've never been, it is Canada's oldest queer neighborhood. Certainly not the biggest, but very, very influential as well. This is where Queer as Folk was filmed in the late 1990s, early 2000s. I should say the American version of Queer as Folk. Iran's new leader selected. Oh boy, that'll be something I have to deal with later. But for right now, I'm fine just being in a happy little world where I don't have to know this information yet. Ooh, I will say, if you are in the village, a good place to go that isn't overly pricey is Loaded Pierogi. Place here on the corner. I've frequently come here in the past. Tasty enough, very filling, very, very tasty morsels. Highly recommend if you are a fan of pierogis. It's kind of like pierogi poutine, which is just a horrible description for your, insides. But for your happy, it's great. How many churches are on Church Street? Well, currently, if you go south, there's at least 4 or 5 of them within a 3-block radius. But the reason why it was initially named Church Street was because this was the street where the churches were initially placed on. Same way with Parliament Street, because back when Parliament Street was named, that was where St. Lawrence Market was. So that's why they named it that, as such that it would be the space that the Parliament was on. But yeah. Googled it, but the answer was just 568 for the entire city. That's fair. Toronto does have a lot of churches, funny enough. I feel like we probably have more churches than we have people who go to church. One day I should do a count of the number on Church Street itself. Actually, maybe that's what me and Randy will do tomorrow. We'll do a deep dive on Church Street. Like start from here, start from the top where it turns into DuPont and then go all the way south. It's getting to the point that anytime I hear about what's going on in the Ukraine, Russia, and the Middle East, I turn the TV or radio off. It's kind of hitting that point for a lot of people. I'm just like, are we still in the 2000s? Are we still trying to manufacture this kind of dissent amongst people? I don't know. Why are all the queens on Church Street and all the churches on Queen Street? Well, there's still churches on Church Street. You just don't find them up in this particular area. And to be fair, we also have kings here. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't know how many churches are actually on Queen Street. Because there's the big one that ironically is also on Church Street. But, yeah. I will say, if you do get the chance, Wistful Thinking over there is delicious. Wonderful little bakery. Definitely check it out if you're in the neighborhood. It is absolutely wonderful. Hey, this is Luke Northstar. Sorry for my awful jokes. Are you kidding? We love awful jokes here. My mom took 9 months to make a joke once. It's great. It is 3:14 on Saturday, meaning 3:14 pizza at Heiko. Ooh. It's not the 14th of May. It's not the 14th of March yet, though. That being said, now that I know that, I am very excited for Pi Day when it comes. Check out Understory too. Oh, Understory's the best. First off, Danny and Rowan, lovely, lovely humans. You're at 12.6, you deserve a donut. Well, I've been at 12.6 for a while now. Sorry, 1.26, I should say. Once that hits the Once that hits the 1.3, that's the next donut day. And that will be a well-deserved donut day because it has been, I've been plateauing for a while now. But that's also because A, I haven't been as consistent, and B, because I'm still working on some stuff. But yes, I said it was on Saturday, not today. Oh, yeah, that makes more sense. Vasily, you know me, I don't know things. Other people are the smart ones. I just leech off of their intellect. I use words like intellect ironically. Well, you know what? On that note, I'm going to go into Craig's Cookies. I'm going to have a good day. I will be back tomorrow with, well, tomorrow has one walk, Wednesday is two. So come and check those out. But always happy to have you folks around. And thank you so much for being incredible today. It's been lovely and amazing. And you've made me very... Bye, friends.